Hello, it's me, Nadia, and it is such a joy to have you with me today. We are here for way number 33, and we are talking about we are a huge juicer, so select life ingredients carefully. This is something that's very important to me, is that people understand that the experience they're having today is in large part related to the choices of ingredients that they've been putting in their life recently. Maybe as recently as 10 minutes ago, maybe as far away as 10 years ago. But the bottom line is this: as we make choices and we put those choices into our life, the things that we are experiencing are in many ways the juice of those choices. So for example, if we do not start in some way, maybe walking for 10 minutes a day or stretching or moving or doing something active, and yet we keep saying, oh, I really want to be fitter. Well, the truth of the matter is we oftentimes lie to ourselves and we lie to other people. But sometimes we say we want to experience something, but we're really not ready to do that. So when we see that we are a huge juicer, we have to understand that what we put into our lives has an impact as to what we're experiencing. And I've talked about this before. If the fruit of the tree of love is squeezed, then we get love from that fruit. We don't get resentment. We don't get hatred. We don't get insecurity. So as we look at this way, it's really explaining to us that we can make choices. And if we put those choices into our lives, then the outcome of that is going to be influenced by the input. Now, do random weird things happen in life? Yes. Can someone who's not paying attention literally ruin your day? Yes. Can things happen out of the blue? Can you unfairly get sick? Can you get let go? Yes, yes, yes. What we're talking about is that when it comes to the things that are within your power, within your control, that you have the opportunity to make choices that lead to the experience of the outcomes. And that's what we're talking about. So yes, there's things in life that happen out of your control, can't be controlled by you, not your choices. What we're talking about today are the things that are in your realm to make a choice. So there's actually a practical part to this. And what I've actually done, and I encourage you to do, is I have a sheet of paper next to me and I've drawn a circle and I free drew it. So I have to admit it looks a little eggish, but you could take a mug or a circle, or maybe you're perfect at this, but draw a circle on your page. And I drew my circle in green. And then what you want to do is identify outside the page things that you don't want in your juice. And then inside the page, you want to write down the things that you do want to experience. And I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that I am using a pencil, because sometimes I write things and I go, nah, I'm not really committed to that, or that's not such a big deal. So you can do this in ink, you can do this in pen, you can calligraphy this, you can do whatever you want to do. But what I really encourage you to do is to understand that your boundaries are that circle line. In my case, it's a green ink. But that line represents the things that you do want to experience in your juice. And the things outside of that represent the things you don't want to experience. It's really difficult to break a habit. It's really difficult to change a behavior. And some of us were born into habits. Some of us were born into behaviors. We were born into choices that other people made, and then they seemed normal to us. So for us to break intergenerational patterns will be hard to do. But as we keep saying in these podcasts and on the website, if you continue to do something and think you're going to get a new result and not change anything in your behavior, well, that's a definition of insanity. So what we're looking to do here is to really ask ourselves, if I want an outcome, then what is that going to take? For example, if you tell me that you want to write a book, well, it may not seem like much, but if you commit to writing a page a day at least, now that means some days maybe you write 5 pages, but if you promise to write a page, 1 page. So if you don't do it today, you owe me 2 pages tomorrow. Believe it or not, in a matter of time, there will be a rough draft of a book. If you sign up, as I have done in the past, to do a half marathon, and you do a mile, and then the next week you do 2 miles or 2 kilometers, and then the next week you do 3 kilometers, and each week you keep adding a kilometer, what's going to happen at the end of 14 weeks? You're going to be at 14 kilometers. So here's the thing. As much as you and I might feel at times that we're batting around in the ocean of chance and that, sometimes things are happening, the truth of the matter is that we can, through our choices and through our intention, we can actually create outcomes that we want. So if someone, for example, someone just sent me a message. If someone, for example, wants to get you in an argument, if someone wants to be negative, if someone wants to drag you down in some way, that may be their intention. And in the past, that person may have had some pull over you so that they could do that. But when you make the intention that you are going to live harmoniously and that you're going to live from a place of self-respect and dignity, then the need to engage with that person will literally dissolve. It will literally move away from you. And if you decide you want to make healthier choices and you can be honest and say to yourself, when I drink too much wine, I say stupid stuff. Or when I drink too much wine, I can't get up the next day and function. Or I'm tight on money and here I am drinking all this wine. You can honestly own it. Now, does that mean on a special occasion or because it's Friday night, you can't have a glass of wine or celebrate with a glass of wine? Unless you're an alcoholic and you're in a program, it doesn't mean that. So we're not talking about absolutes here. But what we're talking about is you making the choice that is the very best choice for you. There are a lot of nights where something funner is going on than me going to bed, but I know myself. And if I don't get at least 7 hours sleep, I'm really kind of a maniac. So as someone who knows herself and knows that if I constantly fall below 7 hours of sleep, there are side effects to that. So a lot of times I have to make tough decisions and say to myself, yeah, you want to stay up and read this book, or yes, you want to watch this film, or you want to hang out, or you want to do this, or you want to do that. But the truth of the matter is, I know myself that it throws me and my blood sugar and my body and my mood. It throws me off to consistently not get enough sleep. So as boring as it sounds, I actually have to kind of put myself to sleep the way you might a small child who will have a tantrum tomorrow if you don't. So the key here is self-awareness. If you're someone who doesn't care, if you're someone who something doesn't affect, then that's fine. But you need to know that about yourself. This is all about the self-mastery of you understanding and knowing where your strengths and weaknesses are and how much of something you can have. I mean, God bless you if you're someone who can eat absolutely anything and not gain any weight, or can, just really not be bothered by other people. But if you have a self-awareness of the things that contribute to your wellness and to your well-being and to your courage and to your strength and to your dignity, then you need to know that about yourself. And I had this experience recently where I was playing with my son. He got this new soccer ball and he loves the soccer ball, and we have to bring the soccer ball after school on outings. So we take the soccer ball to this park and there's hills, and what my son wants to do is he wants to drop the soccer ball at the top of the hill, watch it roll down, and then he wants me to kick the ball back up the hill. Well, this is a great game for a 10-year-old boy, and I'm sure it's a lot of fun. And I'm saying to myself, well, I want to be fitter and I want to be healthier, and I need to do this for him because he really enjoys it. And then I'm having this awareness of how hard it is to kick the ball uphill and how easy it is to kick the ball downhill. And it occurred to me, how many things in life are you standing at the bottom of a hill trying to kick it back uphill? For example, how easy is it for many people to gain weight? Equate that to drop the ball down the hill. How easy is it to spend money? Equate that to drop the ball down the hill. How easy is it to indulge? How easy is it to get upset by somebody? How easy is it to look and see someone and compare yourself to them? So there's so many things in life that are easy to do. Ball coming down the hill, hard to do, ball going up the hill. Okay? So when you think of how much mojo, how much momentum it's going to take for you to reverse something, you should really, I almost said you should bloody well think this through. You really need to think through, is it worth it for me to allow this into my circle? Is it going to be easy for me to reverse this? Because these are the things we need to think about. And we really need to ask ourselves, are the things that I'm choosing, are the things within my life, within my circle, are these things that I really want? So my challenge to you today is to say, are you drinking the essence of the life that you want? Is this what you want? Is this how you want it? And if not, what ingredients need to be put outside your circle on your page, and what ingredients need to be added into the circle in your page? And I strongly encourage you to think about the recipe for the life that you want and to let go of the recipe for the life you don't want. It's important to know that you have within you the power of choice to include the ingredients you want in your life and to put the ingredients you do not want to be responsible for out of your life. Am I saying that no one's ever going to pee in your pool? No, because we don't control that. But what I am saying is that you have choices that consistently in your life, you have the things you need to create the essence of what you want to experience. And as best you can, you need to think in the short term about what the long-term implication of those consequences are going to be. And this is something we do every day. This is something we do hourly. This is something we do weekly. And over time, this accumulates and we have the outcome of this. And anything we're experiencing in our life that we don't want can slowly but surely be turned around through new choices by adding in better things, by adding in things that will dilute the negativity, that will change the formula, and that will give us more positive experiences of being alive. So it's been my joy to be with you today, and thank you so much for this. I hope you will give this a shot and try it. And when you find yourself in a situation where you don't like something, ask yourself what ingredient you can take out or what ingredient you can add to change that formula for yourself and your life. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful experience.